Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harlequin here, and welcome to another episode of HarlequinCasts, Star Wars 2 Retribution, blah, blah, blah. I always give the same old intro there. Anyhow, today's game is going to be on the nice, rainy, dark, foreboding map of Legis High Stratum. I always like pointing that out because it's one of the few maps that has a nice weather effect all throughout it, and it just looks pretty interesting here. So today's game is going to be a fun-looking 1 versus 1, and yeah, I kind of really liked where this is going. So let me just go ahead and get right to business here. I know people hate it when I say all sorts of unnecessary introductions and announcements and things like that. So looking up here on the northern side of the map today, playing as this lovely yellow looking Chaos Lord today, we have got Mr. HQ007. He is the James Bond of headquarters everywhere. He's a fine gentleman. He's definitely been on my channel at least once before. And his opponent today on the other side of the map, going to be playing as the Tech Marine for this Space Marines, we have Mr. Mo. Is it Mo? Is it MO? MO, of course. Maybe he's a Latin scholar and likes modus operandi, or perhaps some sort of a crime scene investigator. Who knows? I guess I'll call him Mo for now since I don't know any better. But both of these players are really good. HQ007 is just about 2200 ranked and like 30, 35-ish on the ladder, something like that. And just today, this actually struck me as interesting. Mr. Mo here, his LO rating on the ladder is 2,222, and he is ranked 22 on the ladder. So lots of 2s there. I don't know why. I just like numerical symmetry. Let's go ahead and stop being a geek and get this game started, though. So I was just pretty interested to see exactly what we're going to see here today. Tech Marine versus Chaos Lord here. So already we can see Tactical Marines coming out for Mo, and we've got Chaos Space Marines coming out for HQ007. Looks like HQ is pressing on the left-hand side. You can see the Chaos Lord moving out, grabbing a power node, and we've got just regular old heretics coming out here, grabbing stuff on the left. I think it's always important to grab at least try to occupy the center on this map, and then throw some random things off to one side or the other. It's pretty easy for each player to have control over either the left or the right, and just kind of focus the fighting on the middle around here. So it's a very interesting map, though, because of the fact that the left, the middle, and the right-hand sides are so disconnected. You really have one column here, another kind of weird X-shaped column here in the center, and you also have these vulnerable power nodes here in the center. You can see that it looks like the Chaos Lord is already upgrading his power node, and now we have our first little skirmish in the middle. It looks like the Tech Marine realizes that that's just a loss. He's just not going to be able to win that fight versus the Chaos Lord. Backs away. Chaos Lord is going to be able to take control of that central point, perhaps, or maybe he's just going to keep on going. We'll see. Looking more towards the right, we can see the natural split here. Both players just happen to pick. If you look, really, even though one victory point is closer to the other one, I always feel like the right-hand side is just a little bit easier for the bottom player to access. But we'll have to see exactly what's going to happen here. Scouts are moving all around. We do have a second scout squad in the field for Mo, and no sign of a third unit yet for HQ007. It looks like he is just going to go ahead and pump up his generator farm. Getting 2 generators there, 1 generator in the south right now for Mo. Once again, this Chaos Lord is just kind of prowling around the center. You can see he never actually had time to cap that point. Instead, just kind of making sure that his presence was known and he could kind of keep the Space Marines out of here. You can see he's quite outnumbered, but wisely Mo is choosing to just kind of back away with his scouts. Always important to kite the Chaos Lord. As soon as he gets into melee combat, you'll see him use, just like that, he's going to go ahead and use the Kill the Weak ability. Does a lot of damage, heals him up, makes it a lot harder to kill him, obviously. Tactical Marines, more towards the center, fighting it out with the Space Marines right now. Again, great cover, and notice his wonderful focus fire of that Tech Marine there. We'll have to see if the Chaos Lord can sneak in here for a kill. Will he be able to get it? So close, but he doesn't actually get it. The Tech Marine does survive with a little bit of help there from that Artificer armor as well, giving him, and notice, by the way, I am using the Colaris Tooltip mod, so you can see things like the Artificer armor gives him 200 health and an extra 0.5 health regeneration there. So that's looking pretty good. Once again, the Kill the Weak ability being used, even killing somebody, as a matter of fact, and getting his health up quite a bit there. You can see the Chaos Lord is now in a little bit of trouble if he gets kited too much here. You can't rely on having that Kill the Weak ability forever. We see a nice little Doom Blast going on up here. But during all of that time, it looked like our Space Marine friend Mo was able to gain control over the center. We do have some Chaos Havocs out there right now, though. I mean, what I meant to say was that Mo was able to capture that victory point. However, with all of the stalling going on with the Chaos Lord, we can see the Havocs are moving in, Chaos Space Marines are moving in, and we've got Chaos Heretics around here. So really, that should be anyone's victory plan for this. Also, whenever you can do something clever and get on the other person's side of the map and destroy their power generators, it's pretty good, because this is not that hard of a wall to get to. If you can tunnel under there as Tyranid, or jump over there with Assault Marines, or even just walk all around and blow your way through the wall, it's always helpful. It allows you to harass a little bit better here. So we can see the double scouts here moving around. No upgrades there yet. Again, just the artificer armor. And let me look around and see. I didn't see any mines go down yet, but they may have, and I may have just missed them. But I don't really see any mines out there yet. But always important to just constantly use that ability, spamming mines whenever you can. Again, scouts over here on the right-hand side. Now, this is a dangerous position because, as you can see, it looks like HQ007 is putting a pretty concerted effort towards grabbing the right. The single tech marine on the right. Oh, there we go. Now he's dropping some proximity mines here. Has captured this victory point, but he, as a single unit, it's going to take him some time to get any sort of significant damage out there. Meanwhile, it looks like he's going to lose quite a bit of territory over here on the right, including this matured natural requisition point, if they can actually get by with it. Oh, kind of a fail grenade there, unfortunately. Must have missed collector. Perhaps it just got stuck in the terrain there. I couldn't really tell. But that's unfortunate. However, it looks like this decap is going to go off before the Space Marines take too much damage, getting focused a little bit here by these tactical Marines. In fact, they're just going to go ahead and retreat before they lose any models whatsoever there. Being at 50% health, I think that's a wise decision. You see the Chaos Lord grabbing the central victory point right now. Again, the Chaos Havocs here have nice control over this, this nice little file here. Not only are they going to eventually wreck this power node, but they prevent anybody else from coming up here and trying to defend for the time being. At least through that way. Obviously, you can come at the back, like the scouts are doing right now. These scouts, as I pointed out before, they do have a sergeant upgrade, so they detect and they have hand grenades. Useful crap like that. And yeah, pretty much looking pretty interesting here. So towards the middle, we've got the Chaos Lord again. Going to be coming out versus the Tactical Marines. They could do a lot better versus him, but again, you just got to watch out for that kill the weak ability that he'll use to just kind of suddenly jump his hit points back up. And now this is absolutely beautiful. With all of that fighting going on the right-hand side, HQ007 took the time to make some Noise Marines. And Noise Marines work like flamethrowers. They have some other interesting properties, but they are absolutely brilliant at generator bashing right now. And this is just a critical attack right now for HQ007. Mo absolutely does not want to lose all of those generators right now, and just a beautiful synergy of attacking on one side and distracting, and then just coming in here and going for the kill on that vulnerable generator farm. In fact, if you missed the original developer chat that I did with Mr. Clint Tasker from Relic Entertainment, he was talking about the fact that when they first introduced the Noise Marines, it was exactly for this reason. The Chaos did not have a very good, Chaos Space Marines did not have a very good early generator bashing option, and so they wanted to add in the Noise Marines exactly for that. But they also gave it some upgrades so it can function in the late game there. Kind of fun. I think actually on the forums one time, Keltos was challenging me to find a replay where a Chaos player actually got Noise Marines and used them unupgraded in their build order. I think he was a little bit surprised to find that the replay I submitted to him was his own, but something I had cast actually originally for the pre-release tournament. He did actually do that versus Braden Chan. He got unupgraded Noise Marines right away in his build order. Pretty good. So, yeah, just as a word to the wise, that's fun. I don't know why I went off on a big tangent there. You can see that these Havocs were way too overextended. Beautiful looking flank from the Scouts coming in, engaging them in melee. Very much could have done a grenade spike, but it looks like going to spike himself if he's not careful there. And they are going to get away for the time being here. Chaos Lord is, again, looking kind of weak. A lot of times, Chaos players, you gotta be careful. That was absolutely the right move there. A lot of times, Chaos players think, oh, I'll just finally catch up to him and kill the weak and I'll get my health back. Well, once you get past a certain point, it doesn't actually heal that much health, and by the time you do get the kill the weak off, he'll just continue focusing you and you will die. So, nice little counterattack here. And notice, by the way, that honestly, this Tech Marine did a lot of damage here. He's laid mines all over the place, and he managed to cap a whole bunch of these points. Never quite chopping all the way through this power node here. But so now HQ is potentially going to lose control over both sides and the middle right now as simultaneous capping is going on all over the place. Both players have reached here too. We have a heavy plasma cannon team coming out. Sorry, the plasma Devastators coming out. And we also have what looks like a Blood Crusher on the way too for Chaos. Note, by the way, that it was good use of those proximity mines there. Now you can see the debuff coming from the Noise Marines as this Tech Marine suffers a little bit. He does have the Plasma Gun upgrade. Pretty much every Tech Marine ever gets plasma guns so they can use that overcharge ability, and then they get the Artificer's Armor. But when you do get attacked by a normal Noise Marine, it puts a buff on you, which is effectively like putting you into melee combat. Basically, it prevents you from using ranged attacks while you're under the duration of it. It's kind of a weird dynamic there, but it's great against big blobs of troops because you can just prevent them from firing, and it's normal flamethrower type damage here. As you can see here, it looks like, however, these Chaos Space Marines didn't want to lose a unit there. Ooh, that was good use of. He just went ahead and used his noise ability right there just to get one single knockback. The cacophonous blast or whatever the hell it's called. Just got a single pulse of that to knock back the Tech Marine and then went about his business and took off there. On the right-hand side, we can see the Blood Crusher is back out, and doing its thing with the Chaos Lord, who did get a Combi Flamer upgrade. I saw that upgrading, and it was queued up in my brain, and I just never pointed it out. But now this is going to be kind of interesting. So obviously the Plasma Cannon can do some damage to a Blood Crusher. However, it's not really a hard counter because it fires so slowly that the Blood Crusher can really outmaneuver it. And it looks like he's aware that it's there. We'll have to see if he's going to go for that or not. We do see finally the generators getting back on the field. And now the Blood Crusher. Oh, there's the shot you got to look out for. Again, not too much damage. And it looks like he's just going to be backing away with it. But I don't know. Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful looking charge here by the Blood Crusher. Bam! Just totally knocking back. And you can see immediately he's going to have to retreat with that Plasma Cannon team. And the best part about that, I almost think he really planned that, was that knocking down this wall gives him a terrific opportunity to make this power generator really vulnerable. He just significantly weakened this position by taking out that natural barrier there. I kind of think he actually tried to 2-for-1 that. I think that was intentional on his part. Now he, of course, has open fire on these things whenever he wants to. That's pretty good. Again, good use of Regenerate going on here in the middle. Sorry, Worship being used to regenerate the Blood Crusher there. And that's looking pretty good. We'll have to see exactly how this Plasma Cannon is going to be used. Plasma Cannon was almost a perfect call if not for the Blood Crusher. The Blood Crusher is going to be the hardest thing. But an interesting note here, I love the response that Mo has out here on the battlefield right now. Because of the fact that this position was so weakened, he's going to take advantage of it and turn that into a strength by dropping the Plasma Cannon team on the high ground. That suddenly gives him this wonderful field of fire. As you can see, Plasma Cannon has humongous range, and he can fire all the way into the center right now if he has scouts up there looking around. Kaboom! Not really hitting anything just yet. But not a, that's definitely a good way to respond to the situation, is to suddenly turn your weakness into a strength by putting a Plasma Cannon up there. However, it doesn't help that the Plasma Cannon is doing nothing to counter this Blood Crusher right now. Thankfully, he has upgraded his Tactical Marines to have a missile launcher, so that'll help a bit. Once again, the charge being used just to knock these guys down. I think eventually that Blood Crusher is going to have to get out of here. You can see, once again, the Noise Marines are taking advantage of this weakness now. You can see putting a little bit of suppression. Look at the split fire there. That's perfect. Preventing the scouts from attacking, at least 2 out of 3 of them, and yet still burning down some of these buildings here. Boom! That Plasma Cannon shot's just going to take out some protective railing there. Gentlemen may slip and fall and hurt themselves if they're not careful anymore. But as you can see, he's constantly kind of changing back and forth here. He's very intentionally trying to reduce the ranged effectiveness of these units, while at the same time turning and burning down some stuff with the Noise Marines. Great Noise Marine usage here, and also some pretty reasonable responses coming out from Mo as well here. Get more towards the center, we can see it looks like, is that a Tech Marine there? Tech Marine is actually trying to be sneaky and see if he can't do some damage there in the center by decapping that point. Unfortunately, he just barely gets it decapped, and now he's going to have to get out of there and check it out. We can see the Noise Marines now finally retreating away. Great use of Worship, this entire battle being used here, helping people get back and forth, repairing the Blood Crusher and whatnot. But now we do see a very concerted attack coming here in the middle right now by Mo. Mo, by the way, going all the way to tier 3, not stopping at all. I love the fact that he has 2, medium soft counters for the Blood Crusher that's out there by having the missile and having the plasma gun, and that's okay. He doesn't need to have a last cannon team or melt bombs, or he's not going to go overkill on it. It's just enough there. Oh, unfortunately though, once again, plasma cannons just have such a hard time ever connecting with the Blood Crusher there. Thankfully, the missiles can back him up whenever they miss like that, and you can see right now, though, the Blood Crusher is just going to knock these gentlemen all around here. We got all sorts of good-looking fighting here on both sides. Very wounded Chaos Heretic squad moving in right now, trying to put some pressure on these scouts. You can see that heavy plasma. Oh, man, that could have been very deadly if that hit directly there. And now, of course, the Blood Crusher has to back away, having taken just a little bit too much damage from the Tech Marine and the Tactical Marine. So, for the time being, it looks like Mo is in charge, 369 versus 305 to HQ007. And Mo is about to be at Tier 3. Again, apologies to Mo if that's not how you pronounce your name. If you go by MO or something else like that, my apologies, but whatever.